Welcome back to another episode of the ReCap. I am your host, Open Mind, along with your other host, Tanit.
What's going on, everybody?
And we are back with episode 50 of the ReCap. We haven't done a show in a couple of weeks, y'all. We've just been working, both of us, myself mainly. I've been working a lot. But a lot has happened since we last did a show. The Super Bowl happened. After won Super Bowl, the All-Star game happened. They had a weak ass dunk contest. It was just whack, right? The dunk contest let all of the basketball ancestors down, right? The basketball ancestors was not pleased with the dunk contest with the All-Star game. They were not pleased at all. What else? And what else happened? And a lot happened in the sports world. But before we get into the sports, we got to speak on the elephant that's in everybody's room, which is this war in Ukraine right now. Like, Putin is trying to take over the world. He on some peeky in the brain shit. What's going on, Tanit? I'm sending a tweet out right now. I'm gonna ask the question. You go ahead and give us some context, because you're better at this than me.
I am?
You are. You better. This is politics stuff, because it's like, we be talking and you kind of just know a little bit more about it than I do as far as chain of command. Like, do you see us as Americans getting involved in anything? And how do you just feel overall about this Putin shit?
Well, I heard about it and I kind of figured he would go after it, but it's like America's interest in this war is oil in particular, and this war threatens oil because, from what I understand, Putin shut it off. So this is more on about the resources and stuff. So I don't know why in particularly Russia invaded Ukraine, but to get a little bit of background about the Soviet Union, Ukraine was never ever a pushover, and I don't believe a lot of people understand that. Like, Ukraine could fight Russia when the Soviet Union was there. Ukraine would like rival the United States at that time. Mm-hmm. So you hear the stories that, Ukraine is standing its own ground. That doesn't shock me at all, because Ukraine's been strapped for a very long time. But man, this war, I mean, you're already feeling it especially if you go to work. You got gas prices rising.
Yeah, man, these gas prices, they're a fool right now, bro.
Like when the war when the war started, I was like, "Yep, gas prices went up." Woke up, they were up like what, 20 cents?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a lot going on.
Listen, bro, I'm sending this tweet. Listen, I hope that Putin loses, because he threatened a nuclear war, bro, and that shit scares me, because the more sanctions we put on him, which is not a bad idea, I think the more like backed in the corner he feels, and it's like you never back a rat into a corner. They'll do the unthinkable. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I think as we back him into this corner, I think he might hit that button, fam.
Yeah, he hit that.
I just think he might hit that button.
Honestly, I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if he do, because it seems like, when he invaded Ukraine. I mean, he didn't just piss off one nation; he pissed off everybody.
Yo, like the whole world, man. But I like how the world is responding to it. Mm-hmm. I think we, as a planet, I think we just growing up and being more mature. Like, I think eventually we're just gonna have to like shoot missiles back at them. But I just think that I like the way the whole world, minus China, is responding to this shit. It's like, look, we don't want war. The overall census of America is that we just don't want war. You feel me? We don't want war. We want peace, and we might not always agree. We might not always like each other. You know what I'm saying? But we might not always see eye to eye on certain issues, certain beliefs. But when it comes to shit like this, like we ain't got no business like shooting, like waging war on each other because people got a right to defend their country.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying it's our fight as Americans. I'm saying that anytime there's war going on, it's going to affect the supply chain. And since we do business with all of these different countries, and people, you know, the civilians and the cargo ships and all that stuff are too scared to travel because there's a war going on, that affects all of us. So essentially, even though it's not our war in America, it's still affecting us because we do business. We do certain metals, not just oil. People think it's all about oil. No, it's about the supply chain. That's the thing that's not being discussed on any news, any type of independent news, any type of like YouTube Negro news channel. Like everybody is defaulting to the oil narrative, but well, from where I stand, it's not just oil; it's supply chain. Period. Because I don't think people know what countries America does business with as far as copper, metals, raw materials. Like we trade and ship so much different stuff that's not necessarily like toys that you buy or electronics. Like the very like metal that's in your phone, the little copper that's in your phone, that shit is mined in certain mines over there in Russia and Ukraine, over there in them cold climate. There's certain precious metals that they use to make certain electronics and stuff like that. Everything on this planet is raw material. I worked in the oil industry for 10 years. When I was like all through my 20s into my 30s, I worked in the oil petroleum industry. But that's just one of many different raw materials that we use as a whole planet. It's not just oil ain't just used for gas in your vehicle. Oil is also used to make products, to make like goods and items that you use, cleaning products and stuff like that. You look on the back of your 409 bottle or your Mr. Clean bottle, it's got words on the back of that bottle that you can't pronounce as far as ingredients, hazardous materials and stuff like that. The words that you can't pronounce. Okay, I worked in the industry where I've dealt with those materials in their raw liquid form before they turn into 409. Whereas 409 is a mixture of different materials that's right there on the back, but you just can't pronounce them words. All that stuff mixed together, you get 409. But each individual material or liquid or whatever you call it, each one has its own property, and it's all taking place in the petroleum industry. So it's more than just gas for your vehicle, changing the oil in your vehicle. Petroleum or crude oil makes so many different things. Then you got the metals, then you got the leathers and the cottons and all these different raw materials and we do business with all these countries. So if there's war going on, if missiles are in the air and airstrikes are taking place, and it's all out war, people who ship supplies to different countries are not going to travel because they're afraid that they're going to get attacked. They're afraid for their life, so they staying home. They're not going to work. They're not getting on the ship to drive the ship. They're not getting on the plane to ship the goods from the plane. They're not coming to work. They refugee. They're evacuating. And in this case, it's Ukraine. But we do business with Ukraine. It's like we do business with Russia. But we don't do business with Russia as much as we do business with Ukraine, though. So Ukraine and Russia are the same kind of like race of people in a sense, but Ukraine is more free, and Russia is more communist. So the Ukrainians who left Russia, moved to Ukraine for a better life, keeping Russian tradition but living in a democracy type of situation, okay, they have a westernized, Americanized lifestyle in Ukraine. Like we live over here, that's how they live in Ukraine. They don't live like that in Russia. So if Ukraine is at war, defending itself, none of the supplies that we get from Ukraine, the metals, the precious metals and the things that we do, not the petroleum, not oil, because people keep talking about on Twitter and everywhere else, it's the United States just as guilty. We do oil business with them. It's not just about oil. It's about raw materials, period. All of the nations, Africa, Japan, China, we all exchange raw materials because each land has its own source of minerals. Africa got its own source of minerals that are only in Africa. Europe and up there in Russia and the cold areas, there are certain minerals that only grow in that area, and that country or group or people are controlling those materials coming from the earth on that side of the earth. And each continent has its specific material. The wheats, the corns, the rices, all of that stuff is we as a entire planet, whether we are at war or not for our beliefs or for whatever reason, we still do business with each other through the supply chain. Because while our governments might not get along, the companies that exist, the corporations, the private entities that exist, still do business with these different countries, even though the governments of those countries may be at war. And this is where I have to break things down for people where they say shit like America just is guilty. It's not about America being guilty. It's not about Putin being guilty. It's not about no country being guilty. When it comes to doing business, there's a different level. You got the government of each nation that agree and disagree and wage war on each other, shoot missiles at each other. Then you got the private companies and the citizens of those nations that do businesses with these different countries that create jobs and create commerce and economy rotating and circulating. So where it's like, even though we at war with Russia, let's say Russia's at war with Ukraine. Let's say all this shit stops and everything go back to normal. Americans are still going to do business with Russian entities, not Vladimir Putin, but Russian entities, Russian businesses, Russian coal mines, Russian metal factories, Russian wheat factories, because those businesses that are in Russia are not necessarily Putin. Putin is the government. Those businesses they may have to do what Putin say, but they don't necessarily agree or ride with Putin. They might just be following the law that he set in place. So we're gonna do business with Russian businesses, but those businesses are not government entities. And we've definitely been doing business with Ukraine. Ukraine is under attack. They can't ship goods and services over here. So that messes up the supply chain when we're at war with anybody. You get certain situations where it's not necessarily war, but there is terrorism going on in this area. So we sent troops over there to stop the terrorists. That's not war. That's terrorism. That's terrorists terrorizing a village or a small country that can't defend itself. So whether it's American military, British military, one of the militaries send troops in to stop the rebels or stop the terrorists from terrorizing the area and trying to take over like Putin doing the Ukraine. On a smaller scale, these things have been going on for the last decade where our military, British military, all these different militaries send troops in to stop different rebel factions and different uprisings that take place they think like Putin, but they don't have the military that Putin got. So they're trying to take over an area because there's no police, there's no security force, just a mayor, maybe a councilman, but they're not sovereign land yet. So they go over there trying to take over and enslave people. We'll send troops over there to help those people. That's not war. What Putin is doing is war. Putin is raging war and destroying an entire nation. He's trying to take over that whole nation. He sent bombs and all types of cluster bombs and missiles. He shot at the nuclear plant. He's threatening his own nuclear stuff. This is war. And what this does is it messes up the supply chain, and we all suffering. And people who say this ain't got nothing to do with us, look at the gas price. We don't just do business with Russia, we do business with Ukraine. So we probably do more business with Ukraine than we did with Russia. But since Ukraine's under attack, Ukraine can't send supplies over here because they're under attack. So the supplies and the businesses that we've done with Ukraine before Putin even shot a missile are now halted because Ukraine has to focus on defending itself instead of focusing on shipping stuff to America so that our economy can still flow. So war is still affecting us even though it's not our war. Finally got it off my chest. I got it all out at one breath.
That's good.
Now we can talk about the motherfucking basketball. Man, I had to get it all out because, I'm not dismissive of it. I nothing we could do about it. I don't necessarily want America to get involved in it, but the man can't take over the planet. Putin can't have the planet, bro. He want world domination. It is what it is. Might have to take him out. And if we had to send a couple of motherfucking Navy SEALs over there, or Army Rangers, or Red Green Berets, just not a whole army, but like a platoon, like we did the Osama bin Laden shit, the SEAL Team 6, to do some shit like that for Putin, because it's not the Russian nation that we hate, it's just Putin. Just get rid of Putin and then everything go back to normal.
Yeah.
Make it a democracy like Zelensky over there in Ukraine, and have an election in Russia, and then y'all have a democracy, and maybe y'all don't agree or disagree, 2 third-party systems, but at the end of the day, y'all not under a dictatorship, and y'all go out here and work and do business with the rest of the world, and we'll take the sanction off and open up the world back to the Russians and continue doing business again instead of everybody killing each other.
I agree with you there.
Because I don't hate no Russian. It's Putin. This ain't Russia doing this. This is Putin doing it. It ain't Russians. And if I to meet a Russian or see one, if they ever come across this video, I want them to know I don't hate you as an American. I understand the dynamic of the circumstance. I know Russia ain't trying to take over Ukraine. Putin is trying to take over Ukraine. You know what I'm saying? Because Russian people don't even.
Hey, you blacked out. Uh-oh.
What happened?
You went out for a minute. Wait, that might have been me.
All right, so is it back?
Yeah,
is it back now?
Yeah, you back. A little bit fuzzy.
Okay, so I'm just saying this is a communist country. Them people don't have no choice, really, fam. You know, I don't think they're in agreement, but they just, and I don't think even the Russian soldiers, a lot of them is defecting. Because I watch the world news, you know, these Russian soldiers is defecting. They're like, nah, we don't.
All right. Do you hear yourself going out? All right, hold on just a moment, people. Open Mind is having some trouble with his mic.
We back, we live. All right, so anyway, sorry about the technical difficulties, y'all. My mic just acting stupid tonight. Anyway, we about to get into these lineups. I ran my mouth enough about the the war and gets going on. About to get into the early lineups of NBA starting at 1 p.m. tomorrow. Early slate, y'all. Let's go. Let's get
All right.
I'm a bet a dollar because I've been betting dollars and I've been winning.
I mean, at least you've been winning. I went on a 3-day winning streak, and it's like the past 3 just haven't been too good at all. I might take tomorrow off, and just recharge and just go at it on Monday.
Question: do we trust Kyrie Irving at that price?
I don't, but it's a 2-game slate. The question is do you really, really need him? I'm like, who do we have? We also...
I mean, we're playing against Boston. It's a 2-game slate. I don't think we need him. I think we should spend that money somewhere else.
Honestly, tell you the truth,
I think we need that money for Giannis.
I'm thinking that too because the Durant's here too.
I don't want Durant though. I'm cool with saying
Gotcha.
Durant.
All right, so who we going with first?
I'm gonna go ahead and put Giannis in the center spot. I'm gonna get it out the way. Instead of getting Kyrie, I'll take Giannis because I mean Phoenix weak right now. You know what I'm saying? They don't have Devin Booker or Chris Paul, and I think DeAndre Ayton. I don't even think DeAndre Ayton playing.
Are you sure?
Oh yeah, DeAndre Ayton playing, but DeAndre Ayton can't stop Giannis. DeAndre Ayton can't
That's
stop
true, but I think Ayton's going to be manned up with Portis a lot. I think it's more Jay Crowder against Giannis, and I don't think Jay Crowder going to be able to handle Giannis anyway.
I think Giannis in a good spot for once he's worth the $11,000 that he cost.
Gotcha. All right, let's see. We got Smart or White. I kind of like them both, but I also like Cameron Payne, especially at that price.
Yeah, I think I like Cameron Payne too, especially off the because he been getting them minutes because you know he been getting them minutes. Who else gonna play? Chris Paul and Devin Booker out.
That's
Why
true.
not?
Yeah, we're going with Cameron Payne.
Cameron Payne, all right. Mikal Bridges been consistent. I don't really like Derek White like that. That's your dude. I'll let you figure Derek White out.
I'm not paying $5,300 for him. You don't have to worry about that.
For Derek White, I take Mikal Bridges, man, because he's been consistent for me. He ain't been like balling out, like super balling out, but for his price, he gonna give me 30 points, and I'm cool with that. I'm cool with 35 points.
Okay. You think he's gonna give you 35 against Milwaukee?
I mean, he can. He dropped 39 against New York. He dropped 37 against OKC. Okay. He dropped 35 against. You know, he's capable. I'm not saying that 35 could be. My bad. That 35 could be just off rebounds and assists and stuff. Not necessarily. He might give you 15 points. I say this: win or lose this game, I could say Mikal can give you 15 points. 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and probably 1 steal. And that's a good 30-something points. And I'm cool with that.
All right. Let me get you good with Mikal Bridges. Over here. Oh, man. Cameron Johnson is out. That would have been my pick. But with Cameron Johnson out, I'm going to go Chris Middleton.
Middleton at the number 3 spot.
Don't forget, we still got Tatum. So we got Tatum, Durant, Giannis.
Well, I was going to get Tatum because, you know what? No, I don't want Tatum. I'll take Jay Crowder.
Really? That's cruncher.
I don't want Tatum.
Crowder's going to be lining up.
Not that I don't somebody from Boston, I just don't want Tatum.
Well, we already... Well, we got Jay Crowder. He's going to be lined up against Giannis. Well, I don't think a lot of people are going to pick him either. So that's good. That's good. All right. I'm a little bit conflicted. Let's see here. I don't want Seth because Durant and Kyrie is back. I don't really trust...
I just want to post it, but I just don't want Tatum.
Yeah, I don't trust White too much, but I like Smart. Yeah.
Like Smart?
Especially with Kyrie and Durant. They're going to need him.
All right, so we'll get Marcus Smart. I'm gonna take Al Horford at the forward spot.
Good pick.
If you click on Al Horford and you see why I'm picking Al Horford.
Well, Tatum's out. Not Tatum's out, but Brown's out. I mean, as long as Brown stay out, Horford is a valid play. And 4,700 left.
Dragic a good pick. Holiday a good pick. I don't know. Craig is not a good pick. Cameron Thomas, I don't know. He's iffy.
Well,
Thies is iffy. JaVale McGee, nah. I say it's either Grayson Allen. Dragic, and Holiday.
I do like Grant though, but he's a bit pricey.
Grant, who is Grant?
Williams, yeah.
Grant Williams. He's hot minutes. I don't see it as a bad pick. I mean, who you say wasn't playing? Because Al Horford gonna eat up the minutes. Who is Al?
I mean, if Jaylen Brown plays, I don't see Al Horford being as active as he is. But if Brown doesn't play, Al Horford is a good play. But as for the last pick, I
think because Phoenix is so weak, I think Aaron Holiday gonna get a lot of minutes. I don't know what he's gonna do with the minutes, but I think he's gonna get a lot of minutes.
Let's see here. He only picked up 15 against. I don't know. He only picked up 15 against New York, but he had 28 against Portland, but that was a blowout. And I think the thing is do you expect this game to be close?
No, I don't expect it to be close.
I mean, we still have Pat Mills, but I don't know. Let me see.
Patty Mills has been disappointing. Even he got. Listen, you got all these people moved out of your way. There's no reason for Patty Mills to not be starting, and he's still not starting. Patty Mills is not starting with James Harden gone and Kyrie Irving playing part-time games and Ben Simmons still haven't played yet and Kevin Durant been out and he still ain't starting.
That's true.
So, and that ain't because because people in his way. It ain't because people are in Patty Mills' way, bro. Like, I've been picking Patty, like, soon as James Harden left Brooklyn and as soon as they switched up the roster around, then Kevin Durant been out, Kyrie Irving been out, and Ben Simmons just ain't started yet. Ben Simmons trying to get acclimated. Patty Mills has been free to play all these weeks. He ain't done nothing. Look at his game log. There's no excuse for Patty Mills. I don't understand it. I don't get the rotation in Brooklyn. I don't know why Steve Nash is why he's rotating it like this. But he is not giving Patty Mills no fucking court time. And then the court time he ain't doing shit when he on the court. And there's no excuse. Patty Mills, you the veteran on the team when Durant and Kyrie and everybody out. And when you on the court, you ain't doing nothing? Come on, bruh. Like, that's why I ain't even mention his name.
Let's see.
And I ain't been picking him. I ain't saying it because I've been picking him and he's been pissing me off. I just been seeing, like, I've been fading him, period. Because I just don't pick Patty Mills like that. But I've been checking out his game. I'm like, damn, when is he gonna do something? I see people picking Patty Mills, but I don't be having them, and I just be seeing them people's lineups just die. but it's just, but I can still see him. But even though I'm not picking him, I still see Patty Mills, and he is not doing shit. So it's like, yo, I'm gonna keep fading that dude until he start doing something. And when he start doing something, I need him to do that for 3 games before I pick him. So I might see Patty Mills might go off, right? He might fuck around. I'm still not picking him. He needs to go off 3 times for me to start picking him. Because one go off ain't enough for me to jump on his little bandwagon. I'm sorry. He might have a good game. I'm going to clap for him. All right, good job. Oh, Patty Mills had a good game. I ain't picking that nigga tomorrow. No, I'm not. Because he's not finna do that tomorrow. He just did that tonight. I ain't fuck with Patty Mills.
Gotcha. Wow.
But I like him because not because I think he's gonna go off, but because I think he's gonna get a lot of minutes. I think that the 15-minute situation, I think he either got hurt or got fouled out. I don't know. Something just happened. They just didn't put him in rotation. But there's nobody on Phoenix to stop Aaron Holiday from getting court time.
I'm thinking with Cameron Johnson out, I think I'm gonna go Holiday because he should get more time, especially with Johnson out.
If not Holiday, Dragic should do well with 30 minutes.
I don't know if Dragic is gonna get 30 minutes with Durant and Kyrie back.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
I mean,
so you want Aaron Holiday?
I mean, this is Durant and Kyrie. They ain't played together since last year?
Well, that's the lineup. So we got Cameron Payne, Mikal Bridges, Chris Middleton, Jay Crowder, Giannis, Marcus Smart, Al Horford, Aaron Holiday. I fucks with this squad. I fucks with this squad heavy, bro. I think this squad gonna be green all day. I don't know how much money it's gonna win, but we don't have Jaylen Brown and we don't have Tatum, but keep an eye on this squad up until the game start, because if Jaylen Brown do play, we actually need to come in here and rearrange some shit. So before I enter this, I say this. If Jaylen Brown play, I take Horford out, take Chris Middleton out, and pick Jaylen Brown. And then we'll fill them other spots. So I say leave it like this if Brown don't play. If Brown do play, take Middleton out, take Horford out, leave Jaylen Brown and Marcus Smart in there, and then put somebody in the spot where Horford's sitting at, or whatever the money looking like, because I don't know how that switch around gonna look. Let me play with it right now. Let me take Chris Middleton out, take Horford out. Let me see if I put Jaylen Brown. Okay, hold on. Let me get Jaylen Brown right there. I guess you still got. Oh, wait a minute. I seen somebody else. Yeah. So this is how I would do it in the event that Jaylen Brown plays, right? And follow with me. Cameron Payne, Mikal Bridges, Jaylen Brown, Jay Crowder, Giannis, Marcus Smart, Bruce Brown, Aaron Holiday. And click on Bruce Brown game log. Click on Bruce Brown game log.
It's been doing good.
Right? So, in the event that Jaylen Brown plays, this is how this squad should look in the event that he played. But since we don't know, we'll go back to Chris Middleton for keep faith, take Bruce Brown out, put Horford back in there. So I'm finna enter the Horford Middleton squad. But I say if Jaylen Brown play tomorrow, if you can remember this, take Chris Middleton out, take Horford out, put Jaylen Brown in any one of them forward spots, and then pick Bruce Brown.
Gotcha.
With the rest of them. Because Bruce Brown is a Brooklyn net that I think is going to actually do something, at least, even with Durant and Kyrie there, Bruce Brown is also a starter. Because Kyrie point guard, I think Bruce Brown is the shooting guard, and Durant, and everybody else. So that's how it's going. Want to do the next one is the 7 o'clock turbo or 8 o'clock turbo. I'm gonna bet $1. I'm betting $1.
So I've got New Orleans against Denver and New York against the Clippers. I thought I'd never say this, but I never thought I'd see Reggie Jackson at 8,700.
Bro, he can kiss my ass. I will not spend 8,700, bro. I'm not doing it, bro. I'm not doing it, man. No.
You said that quick, though.
No.
All right, here we go. How are we going to do this one? Let's see what
start
stars
off.
do we have to pick Jokic or not? I'm going to say no.
Yeah, I say Jokic too.
Let's see here. Point guard, shooting guard, small forward. Man, it's gonna be a tough one to pick. I'm gonna go with Marcus Morris in the 3, just to start us out.
All right, and we getting close to the time, so let's try to get through this one as quick as we can. Marcus Morris at the 3. I'm gonna pick this. I'm not gonna pick the center again. I'm gonna let you pick the center. I'm gonna pick. I want Julius Randle
At the 4.
I want Julius Randle because I keep getting Aaron Gordon, and he just continues to just let me down. So, and then every time I don't pick Julius Randle, he go off. I think he's in a good spot. Give me Julius Randle. I'm gonna spend the man grand. Give me Julius Randle.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Mitchell. Wait, dang it. Okay, I'll just put it to you like this: if Jokic don't play DeMarcus Cousins. Because I did not know Boogie was playing the other night.
No, pick DeMarcus Cousins anyway, even with Jokic playing.
Dang, he did all that in 24 minutes.
He did that while Jokic was in the game. He dropped 55 with Jokic in the game. Jokic was ice cold. DeMarcus Cousins was the one he.
I think I'm gonna go.
Jokic had like 40 something.
Yeah, he did.
I had him. I picked Jokic the other day because it was going against OKC. I had Jokic. Jokic gave me 50. He ended the night with 50. But Marcus Cousins ended the night with 55.
I think the Mr. Cousins Boogie got something to prove.
I think that's what it is because he's not starting. He's coming off the bench, but he when he out there, he's doing stuff. So I think even if he don't drop 50, don't expect Boogie to give you 50.
Yeah, I know.
But expect him to give you 30 something. With his coming off the bench because he's not starting. He plays for Denver. He's not starting. But he gonna come off the bench and he gonna do stuff while he off the bench. So he gonna be ice cold 0 till the second quarter. Then he gonna come in and start putting some numbers on your squad. And and don't expect 50, but expect at least 8 rebounds, 12 points. You know, say a couple of blocks. He gonna ball out while he in there. So I think he's a good pick.
Yeah, I'm gonna go DeMarcus Cousins.
All right, so Cousins at the center spot. I don't like Brandon Ingram, but I'm gonna pick Brandon Ingram. I'm gonna put him in the guard spot at the bottom guard spot. No, matter of fact, I'm gonna put him in the shooting guard. I'm gonna put him in the number 2 spot. I don't like Brandon Ingram, but I'm picking him. I don't like this pick. I do not like my own pick, but I gotta pick him.
Dang.
I feel like I have to.
When did Devontae Graham didn't fail from grace?
Right. That's why I'm picking Brandon Ingram. I don't like Brandon Ingram. I don't want to pick Brandon Ingram, but I'm picking Brandon Ingram. I already don't like this squad, but we got to do it.
Yeah, I'm picking Monty Morris.
Monty Morris. All right. I figured you'd do that. That's a make sense pick. RJ Barrett is too much. You just cost too much, man. You're not finna give me that type of production, man. You just not. Give me Alec Burks at the guard spot.
Up at the small forward. Let's see here. Jeez, how well has Gordon been playing? Gordon has not been playing according to that price.
Did you put Alec Burks in the guard spot?
Let me see here. Covington used to be bread and butter. Honestly, I'm going to go with Covington.
All right, Covington, util spot. I actually like Zubac, man. Zubac been a trooper, bro. He is not a rookie no more. Dude is like 5 years into the NBA, bro. They done made a tough guy out of him. Like, he's not a tough guy, but he done got tougher, right? But I also like Robinson. I like Mitchell Robinson, bro. I like Mitchell Robinson. Let me see. When the last time the Knicks played the Clippers?
I think it's been
That's that one.
I don't think it.
Nah, I don't like Robinson. I like Zubac better. Yeah, give me Zubac.
Gotcha.
So we got Monte Morris, Brandon Ingram, Marcus Morris Sr., the twin, Julius Randle, DeMarcus Cousins, Alex Burks, Robert Covington, Zubac. I like the squad. I'm going to go ahead and enter it. We narrowing it down to the end of the show. Before we get off of here, we're going to give y'all the tier squad, all-day tiers. Let's go. Let's get it. I'm not going to bet $1 this time. I'm going to bet $0.25.
Oh, you mean the main slate, the 6 o'clock slot? Yeah,
main tiers.
6 o'clock for you.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm going to start us off because we're going against Houston. Give me Ja Morant, because Ja Morant finna go off on Houston, bro. He finna go off.
Oh, man.
Because it's Houston. Now normally, you know I don't like Ja Morant. You know I don't like him. But he playing against Houston, so he's going to have a good game.
Gotcha. All right, down here at the bottom, you know what? I don't really like tier 2 right now. I mean, I have Mitchell, then I have...
Man, Donovan Mitchell been pissing me off, bro.
I don't know what's going on there. I got Randall. We got CJ, and then we got Reggie Jack. But I like CJ more.
I don't know. Reggie Jackson a good pick in the tiers, but it's up to you. It don't matter, honestly. I don't want to pay $8,000 for Reggie Jackson, but he's good for tiers.
Against New York, who starts at guard? Burke starts at guard, but Reggie Jackson does have that production.
Nick's trash.
I'm gonna go Jackson.
Yeah, Nick's trash. Garland, I like Garland. I already got Brandon Ingram. Christian Wood is good, but I think Garland is better. I think Garland is better than Christian Wood. I'm sorry. We're going to go with Garland in 3 spots. Plus, I've been playing tiers, and Garland has been one of my go-tos, and he never lets me down. So, I'm biased.
I'm gonna pick Zubac on this one because I don't trust Giannis Valanciunas going up against Cousins or Jokic. You got Jared Allen going up against Siakam. Yep. I don't know. RJ Barrett, I don't know what happened. I'm going Zubac.
Mobley just fell from grace too. Evan Mobley has fell from grace. All the way from grace. You know who is a sleeper, man? Nah, never mind. I was gonna say Steven Adams is a sleeper, but Steven Adams is not a sleeper. He just sleeps. Steven Adams is just plain sleep. That's what he is. He sleep, dog. I'll actually take Kevin Porter against Memphis.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know it's an exotic pick. I know. I'm not saying Houston's going to win, but I'll take Kevin Porter against Memphis. Now, if it's against anybody else, I'm fading them. But against Memphis, Memphis is a young team outside of Steven Adams. Outside of Steven Adams, Memphis is a young team. Steven Adams is an old man. So it's a young team versus a young team when it comes to Houston versus Memphis. Memphis probably going to win because Ja Morant is a beast. But I think Kevin Porter is going to have a good game against Memphis because it's not like there's nobody in Memphis that can stop Kevin Porter. Now, Memphis will probably beat Houston, but I don't think whoever's checking Kevin Porter is going to prevent him from eating.
I agree.
And I don't know. I'm not saying he's going to go off either. He might not go off. He might just give me 35, maybe 40, maybe. But I'm expecting at least 30-something from Kevin Porter in this slot, this T5 slot. Kevin Porter give me 30-something, I won't even be mad. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. Let's see. We down here at the last one. I mean, we got Morris. I wonder what did Man do against New York last time?
Did he even play? It don't show. I don't think he played in the game because it would show.
I'm thinking Desmond Bain or Marcus Morris Sr.
I don't know. Bain might have a good game in Houston. It's Houston, bro. I think that's a good matchup.
I mean, you already picked up Kevin Porter Jr. That's That's against Morant. That's contrarian as you can get.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a wild pick. I think he's gonna be low owned. I think Kevin. Cause here, go back to tier 5 before we end the show. Before we end this, go back to tier 5 and bring up the list. Right. You want me to tell you who's gonna be high owned on this list? High owned. Evan Mobley, Justin Jackson, and Gary Trent are gonna be high owned, and Steven Adams. Steven Adams not gonna be high owned, but he's gonna be in the 30s. He's gonna be like 30 in the 30 percentile owned. But Kevin Porter gonna be low owned because nobody has any faith in Houston. I don't have any faith in Houston. I'm still saying Houston gonna lose this game, but I think Kevin Porter is gonna have a good game himself. I think he's just gonna have himself a good game, doing the best he can to try to win this game. Not necessarily doing enough, but enough for your lineup. 30-something points from Kevin Porter against Memphis. Memphis is a flashy young team. They don't play defense. So I watched them. I caught a Memphis game. I don't watch their games. I just caught a Memphis game, and I see how the Grizzlies play. They rely a lot on Ja Morant. Steven Adams get his in, but Ja Morant is the star of that team, and all they do is run up and down the court doing a lot of fast breaking. They don't run no plays. They don't do a whole lot of plays. They fast break a lot because they got a lot of energy and they're young. So Houston's going to do the same thing, and they're just going to be running up and down the court scoring against each other. And nobody's going to be playing defense. That's why I say anybody from Houston, really. But I think Kevin Porter's the safest because I wouldn't pick anybody else who we already got over the other Houston picks. But in this particular spot, I think Kevin Porter's going to be low owned. And I think Mobley, Justin Jackson, Gary Trent, and Steven Adams is going to be high owned. I think they just gonna be. I think Aaron Gordon's gonna have a fairly 20-something, low 30% wrong. Aaron Gordon, but I think people just gonna fade Kevin Porter, and it makes sense to fade Kevin Porter. I'm personally just gambling, taking a chance on him. Honestly, I'm not praising him like he's a fantastic pick. I don't expect him to go off. I'm not saying he's gonna go off. I'm just saying he's going to be low owned, and if you give me 30 points and being low owned, that might keep me in the green. Just playing strategic, not necessarily a fanboy for Kevin Porter.
I got you on that one. All right.
I'm about to enter this spot. I like episode 50. It's been a minute. We ain't did a show in a while, but we busy, y'all. We busy. So. Anything you want to add to, let them know.
Right now, I don't.
Y'all make sure y'all follow Tannic That on Twitter. That's at Tannic That, TANNIC that at Twitter. Of course, follow me at Open Mind on Twitter. Spell it with a Y. This has been episode 50 of the ReCap. I'm one half of your host, Open Mind,
Good night,
along
everybody.
with your other host, Tannic. Creator bless y'all. Happy drafting.